set the camera up. Set the camera up so it could kind of have a good view of the pages when I have the book open. And I'll just open up here the first page. But I couldn't really figure out anything that worked well. It kind of was all like, I don't know, like this. So I'm just going to actually try to hold the camera with one hand and maybe move it around a little bit when I talk about particular cards, since I'll probably sort of walk through what's on each of these pages. I've been wanting to do this for a while because I actually subscribe to a guy who makes videos, sports card videos, of his collection that is all or mostly all in these nine count card pages. And what is really triggering for me ASMR wise is the sound of the pages turning. There's a kind of unique sound from the plastic going over the rings that hopefully is interesting for some of you. And I thought it would be fun, and I've got a few binders of cards that usually are fun to look through. So I thought it would be fun to try this. I guess you'll have to bear with me on the video portion of this and let me know what you think. I was thinking of not chewing gum either for this one, just to mix it up a bit. But anyway, so I guess this is a bit of an experiment, and hopefully it's enjoyable. Okay, so this binder is actually just kind of a random assortment of all stars. I think mostly, if not entirely, from the 80s. At the beginning of this binder, I actually have an 82 Flir Yankees team set that I don't know why I put that in these pages, but I did. So that's the first thing. Nothing terribly interesting, unless you're a Yankees fan from back in the day like I am. Let's see, Reggie Jackson card on this one. No Hall of Famers there. Yankee captain Willie Randolph. And then I've got some 81 Donruss. I don't know if this is a set. I think it might be a team set. So, back in 81, which was the first year that Donruss made baseball cards, they made different variations of the star players. And we may see some more of that when we look at some other 81 Donruss in this binder. Bob Watson, I feel like, has been in the front office of the Yankees. His name is familiar. Not uncommon for former players to be in the front office of a team. One thing I can tell is a problem is that my arm is going to get tired from holding this camera, so I'm going to try to rest it and try not to bump anything. There's Gene Michael, manager, also was in the front office of the Yankees. There's another Reggie Jackson. So I'm just going to go back here. Let's see, so there's at least 3 different Reggie Jacksons in this set. Kind of funny. It's not a bad idea though. These days they actually make like variations of base cards of star players, and usually one version is a SP or single print, and it's much rarer and therefore more valuable than the other main version. So here's some 87 Flir, just a couple cards, and then some 86 Flir, Reggie Jackson here, our 86. Now we have some, this is just weird. I don't know, I gotta go through this binder maybe some point. Here's an 83 Flir, Rick Anderson, and then on to 87. Tops, a bunch of Hall of Famers here. More 87 tops, and there's some behind it, there's some 84 tops. Lots of multiplayer cards. And a couple miscellaneous 87 tops. These are all 84 genres, or I'm sorry, 84 tops. I guess ideally I would have had 9 cards in every page so that you can't like see through, because on this page 84 tops that are in here, and then there's nothing in the top so you can see through to the next, which is our 87 Flir. Yeah, Hall of Famers. All of these cards, I think, well actually these would have come from a couple places. Quite a long time ago I bought some 87 Flir complete sets. Back when this was like the mid-2000s. Barry Bonds was really tearing it up. So I pulled the Barry Bonds cards, which were in pretty good condition. And then had all these cards from the set, and I also had some unopened stuff that I went through. Got even more Hall of Famers, so you can see I have doubled up. For example, there's 2 Rick Andersons in here, 2 Roger Clemens. Some more 87 Flirs. Had some real centering problems with this set. Alright, here's some more 81 Donruss. And you can see like this Jim Palmer variation, but a very minor variation, just a little zoom. Actually, I've got 4 of them, 2 of each kind, and the backs are different. One has just kind of a bullet list and some stats, and then the other has a paragraph of text and I don't know what the heck, some other stats in comparison to Seaver and Hunter. Weird. Yeah, 81 Donruss, man, they were just kind of throwing it at the wall and seeing what's stuck. Alright, now we've got some cool stuff. This looks like a bunch of miscellaneous older cards. Funny, Rich Gossage, whose nickname is Goose, is a Hall of Fame pitcher, and he played with the Yankees, and actually there's a bit of controversy going on right now because he wasn't invited to the Yankees spring training camp. Apparently he had said some stuff criticizing the Yankees and other teams who are kind of using a lot of stats to figure out how to build their teams, and he kind of considers himself a baseball guy. My heat is coming on right now, I apologize. Although that actually happened before, and it wasn't too bad, so hopefully it's not too bothersome. But I usually try to turn it off if I can, but I forgot. Alright, there's an older Andre Dawson there. Let's see here, got some more 81 Donruss coming up. And these guys are 81 tops. Had a bunch of solo packs of 81 tops back in the day, not too long ago, and I opened them all up, and in the last maybe like 4 or 5 years, those 81 tops cards have become very, at least unopened, have become very, or much more valuable. I mean, I think like the cello packs are going for $10 or something, and I get them for like $1.50 maybe. So it's interesting. I actually think unopened sports cards will just get more and more valuable because people are opening a lot of that stuff to try to find really good condition cards, and so there's less and less of it. But I think some people will always want to have the unopened boxes. I really like unopened stuff because, I don't know, I just remember it from when I was a kid and collecting, and it has kind of a cool aura to it, just kind of like how any collectible that's in an unopened original package. These are some this is 81 Flir cards. So, anyways, so my thoughts on unopened stuff. Here's some 82 tops. Sorry for the glare here. I guess I wasn't thinking about that too much. Just change the light a little bit. See if I can. Golly, gee whiz. Okay, I don't know. Just making it worse. I don't want to make it too dark either, so we might just lose that right card here. Oh, jeez. I'm just wailing around here. Okay, some more 82 tops. Opened a box of 82 tops a while back. Got a bunch of stuff out of there. A lot of all-stars here. Inactions. There's some 83. There's a few more 82 tops, and then some 83 Flir cards. Lots of 83 Flir. I've probably opened a couple boxes of those in the past 10 years or so. Here's some really nice 84 tops. Tony Gwynn, Ryan Sandberg, and Wade Boggs. Those are all second-year cards, so their rookies were in 83. There's some nice Nolan Ryans. 85 tops, one of my favorite sets. That was a big one when I was a collector in the late 80s and early 90s. There are a lot of really good rookies in that set. There was Mark McGuire, Eric Davis, Doc Gooden was a huge rookie, and quite a few more. But most of those players have not kind of resulted or not ended up with great careers. So the set is not as great as it once was. Roger Clemens rookie is in that set. Kirby Puckett. Here's some 85 Donruss. And here's some more 85 Donruss. Wade Boggs. Yeah, so like this is, it's funny. Sometimes I think, what would these cards, what would I have sort of thought of these cards when I was collecting back in the late 80s? I mean, these all would have been super valuable. $4 or $5 for the stars a piece. Now, good card. I don't think you give a lot of this stuff away, even though they're Hall of Famers. You certainly couldn't sell this stuff on eBay just because the shipping, was worth more than the card. So, kind of a bummer from an economic perspective, but still fun to look at, I think. These are some 86 Flir. 86 Flir has always been a... I'm going to try to move my mic so I can maybe adjust how I'm holding this camera, or the phone, which is really hard on my arm / back. Oh yeah, so 86 Flir. Always loved to open this stuff. Back in the 80s and 90s, this was a really cool set. A lot of good stuff, like Jose Canseco rookie, in here, and the cards were pretty hard to find unopened, so they were desirable. I got a rack pack, which is a kind of a 3 packs in one of 86 Flir when I was in like 6th grade or something, and it was a real highlight of my life at that time because mostly I had just Topps cards. And that rack pack I got for my birthday. Here's some 86 Donruss. These were also very sought after. Also had a Jose Canseco rookie in them that for many years was one of the more valuable in the entire hobby. I have quite a few 86 Jose Canseco rookies that are probably worth about $3 each, and would really only have value if they were in really good condition, which they're not in bad condition, but no one's asking for Jose Canseco. Here's some 86 Topps. These are actually 86 Topps traded. So that's the set that Topps puts out after their main release that has updates, players that have changed teams or rookies. There's some regular 86 Topps up there and some 86 Flir down here. I might try to make it through this whole thing, which is going to be probably one of my longest videos, but it's, several hundred cards here we're getting through. 9 at a time. Some more 86 Topps. I remember this Dwight Gooden when I was a kid. I think it was actually in 86. This card was like the closest thing I would get to a Dwight Gooden rookie because those things were so in demand and expensive. So a second-year card was a big deal, and I had maybe one or two of them when he was at his peak of hype and performance in 85 and 86. Some more 86 Flir, some 87 Topps. Sorry for the furnace, it's very loud. 87 Donruss. Oh, there's some 87 Topps here. And these are all 87 Donruss. Wally Joyner rookie card. Fred McGriff's second year. Jose Canseco's second year. Those were pretty desirable cards when he was hot. And some 88 Flirs. Mark Grace was the rookie card, and Greg Jeffries in this set, but neither of those is really worth anything now. So these are all just Hall of Famers. And some 88 Topps. That's a very kind of a dud of a set. Very inexpensive now to buy unopened stuff. You can probably get a complete set for $1 if you found someone who had one. Nobody's really interested. 89 Donruss. That's a cool set because it's got a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie and a Randy Johnson rookie, Gary Sheffield, a couple 89 upper decks. Alright, mercifully the heat went off. The striped cards are 89 Flir, and this card here is the famous Billy Ripken F-Face card. This is a corrected version, so it has the right there on the knob of the bat is where the original version of this card that came out when this set initially launched had some scribbling on it that looked like the word F, the F word, and then face, so F-Face. And some people kind of realized that right away and is considered an error. And that's relatively valuable, and actually, people will still pay like $10 just because of the fun history of it. But this black box version of the correction was very common, the most common probably version of the card, but there are a number of other correction variations. One of them is a white box, one of them, oh boy, I can't remember what the other ones are, but there's like at least like 10 of them. I don't know why they kept trying to crack the thing and changing it, but some of the versions are really rare, and some are kind of like, sort of, you don't even know if they're real. But if you search online, there's a guy who is an avid collector of that card, and he's got a whole webpage with, or at least he did, I don't know if it's still around anymore, but he's got a page with all the variations. These are 1990 score, and I've opened packs of these on this channel before. This card was a relatively rare card that is just kind of its own thing. There was not really a set or a subset of like black and white cards for that year. I think there was in future years though, but they just kind of made this Bo Jackson card when he was really super hot in both baseball and football, and this card was extremely sought after and sold for like 10 or 15 bucks at its height of popularity. And because it was a white border, and as you can see from these base cards, they all have colored borders. You could look at like packs of cards and just find the ones that have white borders, and it would either be this or like a draft pick card, and there was like a Frank Thomas rookie in this set. So people could kind of find these white bordered cards and pick those packs out of the stores, and so they did that, and consequently they became even harder to find. But I've pulled a fair number of them over the years from packs, and as I mentioned in the video I did about 1990 score, they were initially kind of ignored, and then they became very popular, in part because of this Bo Jackson card, and then got super expensive for a while, and then, like everything from the 90s just kind of faded away in popularity, and now you can get the boxes for pretty dang cheap. Here's a 1990 Topps. Their little kind of gradient design that was kind of loud and I thought not very attractive. Here's I got some 91. These are 91 Topps. That's one of my favorite actual sets from the 90s. And these are 92 Topps. 92 OPG. OPG is the kind of Canadian version of Topps that's quite a bit rarer. And I've noticed that recently people have got more interested in OPG stuff, particularly the unopened stuff. I actually need to pull this Mattingly because I have a Don Mattingly collection I started recently, and I'm pretty sure I don't have an OPG from this 92 set, so that's kind of a fun little find for me. Some more OPGs. Usually, like the top sets are around 800 cards, or they were back when these would have come out, and the OPG sets I think are like 300 cards. So your chances of getting better players is much better than buying Topps. Here, these are like reprint cards from modern sets. I don't think any of these are worth anything, but they're kind of fun. That looks like a refractor of Roberto Clemente, so might have a little value, but none of these are really worth anything, I don't think. And then there's some Topps archives. which are sort of a modern set that does a lot of things like this, where they use old card designs with a older player. That's not what his card looked like from this year. It's sort of a new card, if you will, or new design of that year for that player. Here's some Barry Bonds cards from the year he set the all-time home run record. They made one card for every home run, 1 through whatever, 700 some, and you could collect them all. That's a lot of cards. Here's some more modern Topps cards. These are all like rookies. None of these guys are really particularly good. Francisco Liriano was pretty dang good for a while. C.J. Wilson was pretty good. These are from 2006. There's an Ichiro. None of these other guys was any good, I don't think. And just to make it completely random, here's some 1990 Flir Basketball. There's some cards on the back here. Barry Bonds and Pujols. Alright, so this is by far my longest video, but I was having so much fun going through this binder that I just couldn't stop. So hopefully that was not too long, but I'm sure I'll get some comments and you'll let me know if this was any good or not. I've got a couple more binders, and I might make more sort of binders of stuff in the future, just because I like to store cards that way so they can be seen, quickly and easily. Alright guys, hey, have a great day, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and spread the word if you know anybody who's interested in ASMR videos. Alright, see you later.